Today's tutorial is about redesigning and adding the corset back. Welcome back to AllbyOly Design. If you are new on my channel, I share free tutorials about alteration, upcycle, redesign, and how can you be creative and adjust your clothes in the way that they look amazing and unique. This dress, what we have to do, it doesn't fit a whole back, so we will have to remove this zipper. We will add probably the hook or the button on like this edge, and then it's opening a little bit, so we will have to add the corset back with the loops and a panel. And before that, I will have to adjust this part because the torso on the original dress, it's a little bit taller than the torso size of the customer, so that's why we have to adjust a little bit the backside, because the front fits perfect, but the backside is a little like it makes kind of like a bubbly like this, so that's why we will take it in, so that way it looks smooth, and then the skirt coming from here. So if you are ready to see how I'm gonna do that, I'll be happy to share it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also leave me a comment, what do you think, and I'll be happy to read them and answer you back. So first thing, what I'm gonna do is removing the zipper. First, I will start from opening the lining and then the zipper. If you don't have experience with razor blade, you can use the simple seam ripper. Next, I will measure with a ruler how long and how wide I need to adjust waistline. Then I will pay attention if the skirt have stitch. For example, when you do ruffle on the skirt, usually it should have a little stitch, so it will hold all the ruffles together. On my case, it was not one stitch, so I had to add it before I opened the waistline. Otherwise, I will have to redo a whole skirt ruffle and it will take me forever to. After I sew a straight stitch on the skirt part, I am able now to open the waistline. I will also use the razor blade to open it. I will open a little, probably close to the side seam. Then I can start pinning together the new line of the waistline and the skirt. I will pin it first and then we'll do the top stitch. If you have the home machine, make sure to remove all the pins, and none of the pins will be under the foot of sewing machine. When I finished one side, I will start the other side as well. Same thing, open the waistline, measuring and move the skirt up. This is our basic fabric. Now we're gonna work with lining, and I wanna measure to see exactly, so both sides will match exactly how much I need to adjust and move the skirt a little bit more up on the torso. And I'll measure from the side all the way to the back center seam. After that, we can also open it, pin it, and sew it. After we sew on a new line, we will have to cut the allowance. Usually I leave at least 1 inch just in case if customer wanted to let it out later, or you never know. So that's why I always leave plan B. Now I will start from the neckline and I will measure down around 7 inches in my case. Why I need to measure? Because I need to see where the corset is gonna start and where I need to start sewing the corset loops. For corset loops, you can use even lining or satin, which is the same color as the dress. Then I will cut the 1.5 inch stripes on 45 degree. Then I will start sewing, as you see, from wider a little smaller, around a quarter. To turn to the right side, I'm gonna use this tool where I bought it at Joann when it used to open, but I know Wawak have as well, so you can find it right there. All you need to do is just insert a whole fabric and then just pinch it the edge and pull it through. Make sure when you're pulling just little by little and make sure the fabric doesn't twist around. And then as soon as I see the edge, then I just remove and pull with my hand. And this stripe we're gonna have to use for the loops. And then I will start to cut them around 2 inches. You can do 1.75 inches or 1.5 inches, depends how big loops you wanted to make for corset. The amount of loops depends how many loops you needed for the corset that you're creating. For example, on my case, I measure every inch or every 3/4. So then you can just count how many you needed on one side and other, and we're gonna start sewing them on the dress. Before sewing the loops, I will take the ruler and start measuring every inch so I know how far I want them to be. Then I will take one by one and make sure the seam is inside and not outside of the circle, let's say. Because loops are tiny, I'm gonna use the pin and I will hold with my pin while I'm sewing on sewing machine. And I'm trying to sew the edges equal and one by one close. So this how should look our loops. After we sew it, we are ready to close the lining with a basic fabric. So what I'm gonna do from inside, I will pin the edges from the neck all the way to the edge where used to be the zipper at the beginning of the skirt. Now we all have the corset back. All we need to do is to sew it and then we're gonna create the panel that will cover the back side. After I close the lining from inside, I will turn to the right side and I will do the top stitch just in case. For the panel, I will take the satin fabric and I will measure the width and the length that I need. And then also I will have fusible and I will put fusible in the back side. Also, you can press it if you have a home iron. Make sure you're adding a fabric. And then we're just gonna sew the sides, the upper line, and our panel is ready. I have a full tutorial how to make a panel for wedding gown, so if you want some details, you can check it out. Now when our panel is ready, I'm gonna put it on the back side of the dress, and we're gonna sew just a little bit on the left side, and we will leave open on the right side, because when we're gonna do the corset, it will be just kind of like covered and the lace. So this is our detail, beautiful, and then this is our corset. Amazing. So this is our final result, and I hope you enjoy watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more, to see more tutorials and stories like this. Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best.